In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a full page tab using HTML, CSS, and a bit of JavaScript. At the end of the video, we should be able to design something that looks like this. Okay, now this is a full page tab with various buttons. We have the home button, we have the gallery button, services button, and events button. And as you click on each button, you have content displayed with a different color. Okay, services, you have it displayed with this color. Events, you have it displayed with this color and the content. So let's see how we can achieve this. If you are ready, let's begin. And first, I'm going to delete this completely, take this out. And we are using a bracket editor. I can go ahead and give this a name. I'm going to save this, save as. Okay, I'll save with tab.html, saving it on the desktop. Okay, now for us to begin, first I'm going to define the document type. The document type, of course, is HTML. Okay, now we are going to define our HTML tag. The HTML tag. Okay, and next I'm going to introduce the head tag. Next, we define our meta type, which will allow our design to take the shape of any device. So the name, of course, is viewport. The content equal width equal device width. Okay, and the initial scale is called 1. You can go ahead and close this. And next, I'm going to introduce a bit of CSS or style. We're creating our CSS style at this point. And the first is the box sizing. Okay, box sizing. And to do that, simply I'm going to introduce this, the asterisk. Okay, and I will go ahead and say box sizing. Okay, you have it there already. Box sizing, of course, is border box. Border box. So next, we are going to set the height of the body and the document to 100%, which is also the CSS itself. So to do that, I'm going to say body, I'll give a space, HTML, then our parentheses, height 100%, margin is 0, and the font family of course is Calibra. Okay, here we have defined the height of the body, which we have assigned 100% here. Margin is 0. Also define a font family to be Calibra. So next, we are going to style the tab links. For styling the tab link, I'm going to define a class. We're creating a class. I'll call it tab link. Okay, tab link. First, I'll go with the background. So background color is black. Color, which is the font color here, is white. Floating it left. Border none. I don't need any border. Border is none. Outline, no outline, so it's none. Cursor type define is pointer. Padding, so the pattern I'm going with 14 by 16 pixel. That is for the width and the height respectively. 14, 16 pixel. Okay, that's for the padding. Our font size, going with 17 pixel for the font size. And finally here we have the width to be at 25%. Okay, so here we have defined the tab link itself. We created a class, we called it tab link. Define the features of this class: background color, that is the font color, float, border, outline, cursor type, padding, font size, and width. So next I'm going to create a class for the hover effect. Okay, hover effect. And to do that, simply I will say tab link. In this case I'm going to say hover. Okay, and I'm going to give it a background color. Background color for the hover, I'm going to give it, okay, giving this color a bit dark. Okay, so we are done with this. Next I'm going to style the tab content. That's the contents of the tab. I'm going to define the height. I'm also going to define the color, the font color, padding, and the display. Okay, to do that, I'm also going to create or initialize a class. I'm creating a class. I'll call it tab content. Okay, so I'll say tab content. So first I'll start with color. This is the font color. Color is going to be white. Display none. Okay, the padding is going to be 100 by 20 pixel. We'll have 100 pixel, space it, and 20 pixel. Okay, next the height is going to be 100%. You can also decide to use auto here, but 100% is fine by me, so I'm using 100%. So we are done with this. We have created classes for the tab content, the tab link hover, and also the tab link itself. So next I'm going to create IDs. We're creating various IDs for the buttons, the respective buttons, defining their background color. And to do that, simply we'll start with the hashtag. Okay, I'll start with the first button, which is home. Okay, and I'll say background color. Background color, I'm giving it gray. Okay, I can go ahead and copy this. I'll copy and paste it here. Okay, paste it here. I'm going to change this. So for the next tab, I'm going to use gallery. I'll name it gallery, and the color is going to be orange. Color is orange. I'll go ahead and paste. Okay, the next is going to be services, and the background color for services is going to be blue. Then lastly, we're going to have the button called event, and the background color for it indigo. Okay, now we are done with our styling, so I can go ahead. The style tag is closed here already. Okay, I can now go ahead. The head is also closed here. Head is closed, so I can now go ahead and start the body of the HTML itself. And to do that, I'm going to bring in the body tag. Bringing in the body tag, we can now go ahead and define the respective buttons for this tab. And to do that, simply you say button class equal to, so I'm going to say a class which we have defined above already called tab link, and a bit of JS on click event. Okay, I'm going to say open page. Okay, then we'll bring in the name of the button, which is home here, and the element this, then the color, which is gray. Okay, and I want this to be the default button that will be open each time the page is called upon. The home tab is going to be the default button that will be open. To do that, I will simply say id equal default open. Okay, so I'll do this. I'm bringing in the name, the button proper, which is home. Okay, so we have successfully created the first button. Okay, button class tab link, on click open page home, and make this the default button. So I can simply copy this from this point, copy, and paste it here. Okay, but I'm going to eliminate this, so I'll take this out. Okay, so this is going to be for the second button, and second button we call it gallery. I'm going to change it here also, gallery, and the color as well will change. The color for this button, orange as defined above. The class remains tab link, so I can copy this, for the third button, services. I also change this, services, and the color for this button as defined already is blue. So lastly, I'm going to also paste for the last button, and this will be called event. I also change this to events, and the color for this button is indigo. Okay, so we have successfully created buttons for this tab. So now we are going to create the individual container for the tab or button contents, or the tab content themselves. So we're going to create containers, and for us to do so, we'll simply bring in the div. Okay, div id equal home for the first tab, and we have defined a class already for this. A class, because it's tab content. Tab content. Okay, so I'm going to bring in quickly the content in, and I'll call this is going to be home. I'm also going to introduce a paragraph for it, P. The paragraph, simply I will say welcome to MJ Academy. Okay, so we have successfully defined a container for the first tab content. We will do so for other contents. I can simply copy this. So this is going to be for the second tab content, which we named gallery. So this is going to be gallery. I want to change this content. View our amazing pictures. Okay, so can go ahead and create for the other tab, which we call services. In services, content here will change. Programming, web design, and graphic design. And lastly, for the last tab, events. And here I'll change the content, the online training coming soon. Okay, so we have successfully created the different containers holding contents of the various tabs. Okay, so lastly, we're going to create a bit of scripting, JavaScript, that will allow these events to take place multiple times. Okay, so we are introducing JavaScript, and to do that, simply script tag. I'm going to create a function here. Okay, the function will allow the tab content and the tab link to either display or hide at a particular time. And to do that, I'm going to say function. I'm going to name this function open page and say page name. And next we have the element and then the color. Okay, we are declaring our variables here. Tab content, tab links. So tab content is equal to document dot get element by class name. Get element by class name. Okay, I will say tab content Then we are going to create a loop statement. We'll say for I equal to 0, for I equal to 0, I less app content dot length. Okay, and we'll say I plus plus. Curly bracket open, and you say tab content I equal dot style dot display equal to none. And we have this closed here already. Okay, so I'll simply I'm going to copy just some content here, so I can go ahead and copy from this point. Okay, I'll just make some changes. Okay, so next will be tab links. So wherever we have tab content, we change to tab link. So this is going to tab links. This is going to be tab link. This is going to be tab links. And this is going to be tab links. The style is going to be dot display. The background color should be empty, so it changes to background color. Okay, we have this closed, so I'll do a double check. Tab links, tab links, tab link, tab links, background color equal to empty. So I'm going to say document dot get element by ID, page name, dot style dot display equal to block. So the element here dot style dot background color is equal to the color itself as defined. Okay, so now I'm going to get the element with ID, which is default open, and for it to be clicked upon. Okay, so for us to do that, we just simply say document dot get element by ID, So I'll say default open dot click. Okay, so this will bring us to the end of our scripting. Close the script here, body is closed. I'll have HTML so that this doesn't confuse you. I'm going to change this to small caps. Small letters. Okay, so I'll quickly go through my syntax to be sure we are okay. 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 So we are good. Can go ahead now and save this. Save all. So we'll go to the desktop. See, open this with Chrome. Okay, and this is what we have. So we have the home, have gallery, we have events. Okay, services, gallery, we have home, gallery, services, and we have events. So we are cool and hope this is clear.